Alright, what's up, everybody?
What's up,
Yeah, welcome to the podcast again. This is episode 2. You know, it's like the second pilot, not really. But yeah, man, we have a table today. So yeah,
And some tea
and some
made
tea.
by her. It's actually
Nice.
really
Yeah, actually, and it smells really good.
nice.
Yeah, you know? So yeah.
Pomegranate and cranberry bitches.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
How about product placement? Hey, come on.
Hey, shout out. Straight up.
Yeah, so yeah, man. As usual, we have topics. We got a lot of stuff to talk about. You know. So yeah, man. We each have a topic, and we're gonna share thoughts on that. You know. Oh, I'm honestly just Joe. Nice to meet you again.
I'm just Moira. Nice to meet y'all again.
Wicked Jono. Y'all should check out my music. Y'all know me.
All right. Yeah. So we're gonna put links to all of our things. I get into everything.
Oh wait.
So yeah, man. All right. So the first topic, right, is
Generation gap.
exactly generation gap. Cause the reason I keep forgetting is I don't know how to name it.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
a good call.
Yeah.
Yeah, you put it.
Yeah, because we saw us thinking.
Yeah.
Like, what do you
Yo,
call
what do
it
you
when
call
we do it like?
You know, and it's simply the way like our generation of parents, they don't even know what generation we are. So I'm like in my early 30s. Hey, I'm out here in these streets.
Don't lie to the people.
I'm not sure.
He's almost 30.
I'm almost 30. I'm almost 30. Man.
He's
So,
about to be in a few days.
so I'm a 90s kid. I'm a 90s kid.
Yeah, we all are.
We're like the last
Yeah.
90s. I was almost an 80s kid.
Hey, that's
So yeah,
not
man.
bad.
I was right there. Right at
Almost.
So yeah. So that generation, parents and stuff. So you get the idea. Our elders. And there's a disconnect. We don't understand each other. We don't understand each other. And I have this theory. I think it's based on, for Africans at least, because grew up in Africa. We only see African elders out here. Hey,
African elders.
That's like a whole topic.
Yeah.
Yes, right?
Yeah.
So yeah, man. And one thing I've seen is they have this. I don't want to speak disrespectfully because I'm a respectful chap. But they have this thing where we can't know better than them. They always know the best. And they don't believe in owning up when they make mistakes. Especially if the mistakes involve their kids or somebody younger, like significantly younger than them. It's like it's a pride thing, and actually personally I've found her. Even me, I was kind of like learning it and doing it.
Mm-hmm.
Like I think there's a day when I called myself out. I think a kid. I was talking to a kid. Okay, something had happened and it involved a kid, and I had to check myself that I might have been wrong, the one who was in the wrong. And I had to check how I spoke back to the kid, how I responded to the kid on the matter. And I thought, okay, this is just the first time I'm realizing this because I'm becoming aware of it,
Yeah.
But you don't know how many times I've just,
Done it.
done that.
Gone off at some kid for
unawares
some.
and stuff.
Yeah.
And that's just maintaining the same thing that I don't like.
Yeah.
And I'm passing it on,
Yeah.
to the other generation.
You know that thing where we become our parents?
Yo.
That scares the crap out of me when it comes to all of that. That scares me so hard because just like you, sometimes I find myself being like our elders, you know what I mean? And it's like, really? When I was young, I used to hate this. I used to be like, I will never do this. I'll be so different. But then you find yourself, now it's just ingrained because we've been seeing it. Now we're just mimicking it. You know what I mean? We're just doing what they used to do to us. And it's just, if we don't stop it, if our generation doesn't stop it, next generations will
Yo,
inherit
yeah,
it.
it's just gonna take.
Yeah.
I mean, I think that there's always gonna be a gap.
Yeah.
You know
Right?
what I mean? I think that's what should be acknowledged because literally you're from two different times,
Yeah.
two different eras, perspectives. But I think it's when the gap is just so wide that there's not even any space for there's not
No,
but
but
anyways, there's not even
Yeah,
any
yeah.
room for reasoning. You
yeah.
know what I mean? There's no room of to come to the table and be like,
Aha,
okay,
yeah.
let's find out.
What it is.
Yeah, let's find out what it is. Let's find out what your problems are, and maybe I may not understand them as a parent. You know, from the
yeah.
70s or
Right?
whatever 80s.
But you know what
Yeah.
it is, though?
Uh,
When you're talking like that, it's not that we're that different.
mhm.
Do you know? It's just that older generations have a tendency of going, these kids of nowadays.
Yeah.
But go back and look at their music.
They were
Go
once
back
kids,
and look at their clothes. Go back and look at what they were doing. Like old videos, old movies, which would show you what it was like at the time. We be doing the same thing.
Yeah.
Some of their music doesn't make sense. Do you know what I mean? You're like, oh, what is this? It doesn't make sense. Just like some of our music doesn't make sense. Just like we are also looking at the 2000, these
The
generations.
2000.
We were like, this, what is this? When people are coming, and you're like, what is that? Yeah, but it is just the exact same thing. History keeps repeating
Yeah,
itself.
it really does.
That's
It does.
crazy though.
It's interesting. I mean, then this idea of a gap, you know what I mean? It's like she said, there's many things we find similar. And that's what we have to realize.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? We have to say, oh, I was once a kid, so let me come with that perspective.
Yeah.
Dude, just see, and I feel like maybe in Africa, because Africa is the worst generation gap. Like
Yeah.
that's where you find, this is too much. But maybe it's to an extent, it's probably the history, I guess.
Our
of
culture.
Africa.
Our
Yeah,
culture demands that we respect our elders.
Yeah.
Our culture demands that no matter what the elders
Hey,
do, you just leave them
regardless.
alone. If they are there doing whatever, you are told, Lo and I, you are told to just leave them alone. Ah, no, he's older than you. But
Yeah.
Lo and I, you just look.
He's older than
Yeah, he's
Yeah.
older than you. You have to respect him. You
Yeah.
know how he is.
He's a
Nah, nah,
misogynist,
nah, nah, nah.
he's this, he's sexist,
Yeah.
but he's your elder.
Yeah, you know how he is. And this is exactly how this whole
Yeah.
hiding rapists in the home
True.
starts.
It's-
But then how do
Yeah.
we then, how is, you know,
Yeah.
how do we then confront such an old person like this? What have you been doing and all that?
Yeah, and I think most of what we consider tradition, even that, like it sort of falters now. You know what I mean? We sort of see the signs. The sign like this is not
It's
consistent.
cracking. Yeah, the cracks.
It's cracking, and I mean we gotta admit some of the things even in our traditional heritage.
Yo, there's
They're
sketchy,
suspect.
man.
Yeah.
In this climate, in this kind of environment we live in, because
And in our current awareness. Yeah, what we
it's
know
not,
today.
it's not
changed, that's
stagnant.
true.
We move with the times, you know. Unfortunately, maybe to them or something, some of the ideals may be too Western for them, like for their kind of for their understanding. You know what I mean? But we have again coming to the table, like, oh, I understand that this is a new sort of world. You know what I mean? A wise man can learn from a child.
Dude,
You know,
true.
we need to normalize that
Yes.
idea, you know, and not just cling on to this old traditional kind of vibe, you know what I mean? With that said, there's still some things that old people, it's good for old, like to visit old people.
True.
Yes.
and
They
get
have a
some
lot
sort
of nuggets,
wisdom.
bro.
Yeah, bro, that
There's
is
some
true.
very good wisdom,
Yes.
and the best wisdom I still feel comes from them. But again, like this whole idea of a tradition and it being rule based, that's where I have a problem.
Yeah,
Because what if
that's
it's
true.
inconsistent with
Yeah, and you
it
just
is
have
now.
to take the inconsistency.
like the
and perpetuate it.
homosexuality thing.
Yeah,
It's
you
one of the
know,
most clearest.
You have to question.
Yeah, you have to say no, but then we
What's
live
up?
amongst people where it's more of a norm, you know, to be expressive about yourself and your sexuality. And you can't just come through and say, no, our tradition says this is not right.
No, but that's
Or
the
this is
thing.
not-
Just like in
Yeah.
Roman times or whatever, bringing back to your fact that times change.
Mm.
Roman times, you remember, all these statues would have like naked guys
Mm.
doing it with each other, right?
Mm.
And then obviously at some point after that, it became wrong.
Yeah.
Then now it's back to being right. Times will always change.
Mm.
But what I love, what you said about it's nice to go visit them and they've got nuggets and everything, it's because they've been through it. They've passed those
they've seen the
stages.
exact same
Yeah,
thing.
so they know exactly what you must do. There are just
Yeah.
some things that are always standard. They will not change. There are some things we go through that are standard. They are the same for all our generations.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter whether we live in, this generation of technology or we live in huts or we're hunting lions. Doesn't matter. It will always be the same. That's when they come
So we
in
need
handy.
to pick those out.
Yeah, that's when
what
they come
those
in handy.
essential things are.
And I think
You
the
know.
only way we can pick those out, right,
Mm.
is the table.
Mm.
If
Yeah.
everybody's allowed to come to the table
Exactly.
and everybody has equal rights to speak.
Mm.
I like this. I like Jesus said when kids were being brought to him, the disciples, the disciples, they were like, man, Jesus doesn't have time for such. Because Jesus was receiving people. But now when it was kids, he was like, these ones can wait. We need serious things.
Mm.
But Jesus was like, nah, don't despise the children. Don't despise the little ones. And then he says, of such. Not for kids, but people like children. You know what I'm saying? And a lot of qualities that children have and how they see the world and that pureness, And it's like, the more we keep despising them and keeping them from coming to the table to speak, hearing them, we're losing out on a lot of stuff from that pure perspective. Because ours is tainted by our
Tainted
knowledge,
beyond
our
belief.
wisdom.
What we've seen in the world.
Exactly, yeah.
The years we've spent here on this planet have tainted.
Hey, bro, we've seen some shit.
Yeah. It's too much. Yeah. It can cause rifts that don't need to be there.
Yeah.
That's the thing that
No, that is true.
But
That is what it
we
has
need
done.
to find a way, whether it's through forums.
Or, just
like-
for these conversations to
Yeah,
happen.
to actually purposely say
Oh,
we're gonna
yes.
get young dudes
And
and
elders,
old dudes,
and then
see what the opinions are on
Right.
either
Yeah.
side.
Hey, we talk about everything.
Yeah,
And just
and confront that rift.
Yeah.
Like, why is there a rift, and how can we fix things moving forward? Because we're gonna be there, and
Yeah.
they're gonna be gone. You
Yeah.
know what I mean?
then
yeah.
we can't. There's no one to give us
Yeah.
advice anymore.
Yeah, so we need a healthy relationship between those people. Then they go. Then we know in ourselves that okay, no, we've gotten the wisdom we need, but we also add it with our own new,
because
knowledge.
we're also learning some
that
new
fresh
stuff
thing.
too.
Yeah,
Then
that's
we
true.
impart properly to the younger guys again.
Exactly.
There should never be that complete separation of like,
Yeah,
and it's sort of feeling that way kind of.
it is.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah, so
Really is.
yeah.
I mean, already we are separated to the 2000s. Already, we're already looking at them like my 2000, my two, wherever you take my 2000, my two. We're already in that
Yeah.
thing. We've already put
Yeah.
ourselves in that
And I mean,
box.
like let that be like a fun joke,
Yeah.
but not a serious
Yeah.
we seriously can't fuck with these guys.
Yeah.
We need because
It
that
needs to
like I
be-
said, the
Yeah,
generation
but you know-
gap is
We need
always
to
somewhat
close
there.
it.
Yeah.
And
But you know-
it'll be a funny joke.
But the
But-
conversations are still
Yeah.
happening.
Yeah.
The information is still flowing.
Yeah.
Nobody's blocking anybody
Yeah,
else.
and especially when it comes to serious matters, like
Yeah.
matters of okay, now we need a change in whatever, like whether it's law, rules, or culture, or whatever. We need to now.
Everybody
representation
needs to-
must
Yeah.
be 100%. I'm thinking, can we?
For sure, yeah. I think that's
Then
it.
Hey,
Yeah.